Into the corner, Jensen and Dion race after it, but it'll be icing against Team USA as two players collided in the corner. John D'Amico, the linesman, back in to the left of Pete Lopresti, the young goaltender from the NHL Minnesota North Stars.
We shouldn't forget about young Mr. Dion, because he's played outstanding hockey on that line with Phil Esposito and Bobby Hull. And he fits right in with the freewheeling style of those other two gentlemen, and he's been a great addition to this line.
While you look at Marcel Dion with 40 goals last year with Los Angeles, Bobby Hull on the left side had 53 goals with the Winnipeg Jets. And not to forget, Esposito had a 35-goal season last year as well. Puck is in the corner where Dion and Milbury wrestle for it. Hull comes in to take it away from Fatorik to Esposito in front. Esposito, number 7, watched by Fatorik, backhands a pass, and Lou Nanne intercepts in front of his own net. Back to Milbury. Milbury for the USA to Telefin, stopped at the line by Potvin. To Dion, in front to Hull, he scores! Bobby Hull put that in the left-hand side of the net with 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining. Canada takes a 3-0 lead.
Well, we just mentioned young Mr. Dion, and he makes a very nice play here. Potvin throws it into the corner. He sees Bobby Hull in the slot, and he shoots all in one motion. A typical Bobby Hull goal. He wastes no time. When that puck comes out on a stick, he lets it go. Dion again making a very nice play.
Bobby Hull from Marcel Dion and Dennis Potvin at 18:15 of the opening period. Vogel in number 20 clears it ahead to Ahern. In turn for Politz, too far for him, and Lapointe clears it to center ice. 1 minute and 32 seconds remaining in the opening period. Politz deflects it into the Team Canada zone, and Canada leading the USA 3-0. Come back, Mahovlich to center. Lost it, Politz to Christie. Christie inside his own line, checked by Steve Shutt. Intercepted by Shutt. Shutt number 22 right in. Oh, and Lopresti stopped that as Steve Shutt took it from Christie. Here's Watson inside the line. Back to Guy Lafleur. Returns it to Watson. His shot deflected in front. Oh, another shot. Hits the skate in front of Lopresti. Finally falls on it.
Well, young Christie can't make plays like that when you're the last man trying to bring the puck out of your own zone. He tried to do it all by himself. He thought he was by Steve Shutt. Steve Shutt pushed the puck by him, and then that created all kinds of problems in the zone. Here's Guy Lafleur moving in with a shot. The rebound actually came back and hit his own man, but they weren't able to put it in the net. Here's Dion on the previous goal, shoving it into the slot to Bobby Hull, and he wastes no time shooting that puck. The puck is on a stick and it's away.
Canada has outshot the U.S. 16-3 up to this point. Another shot, that's the 17th shot of the opening period. For Team Canada, it's Barber at the U.S. blue line to Reg Leach. His long shot goes wide. Barber on this side just clears it behind Team USA net. Nairov hangs leave it on the far side. He's checked. Leach tries to get it in front to Barber, and it's intercepted by Nairov, who backhands the puck out to center ice. Norris, number 18, lost it to Barber. Over to Darryl Sittler. Sittler drops it back. Leach's shot. That hits Nairov. A fight for it. Another shot. And that's wide as Jerry O'Flaherty clears it around the boards and out to center ice. 17 seconds remaining in the opening period. It's offside at the U.S. blue line. Look at Reg Leach from the Philadelphia Flyers, a 61-goal scorer last year, along with 30 assists.
He's a shooter.
No question about that. He represents a lot of goals, a lot of power, and he gets a wicked shot away when he gets set up in front. Out to center ice, Norris has it deflect off his stick. Savard inside his own blue line with 2 seconds remaining. Takes it behind his own goal, and the siren goes to end the first 20 minutes of play with Canada leading Team USA 3-0, and a lot of power again out there tonight, Tom. Well, the other, and sitting up in the booth with us tonight, is Harry Neal, and we'll be chatting with Harry Neal if we get the opportunity during this game as we look at the Soviet referee all set to drop the puck, Yuri Karandin, and his 2 linesmen for this game are Bob Luther and John D'Amico. It's Canada 3 and Team USA no score. Gilbert Perreault out there with Danny Gare on the right side, and Rick Martin moves over to the left side as Bennett comes to center ice for Team USA. Hangs Lieben on the left side, number 29, and Jerry O'Flaherty, number 9, will be on the right side. Now Norris comes out to talk to the official.
I believe the questioning is about the starting lineup. In international competition, you must announce your starting lineup at the beginning of every period, and perhaps there is some confusion. In the National Hockey League or World Hockey, you have to announce your starting group at the beginning of the hockey game, but not at each period. There's probably some comment here about who Team USA is starting this period with, and whether it was the designated group or not. That seems to be the question.
Well, Kurt Bennett goes to the bench, and Norris is at center between Hangs Lieben and Jerry O'Flaherty as plays underway. Martin to Perreault. Gilbert Perreault circling inside the blue line. Had it knocked off his stick, and Bobby Orr has it at center ice. There will be a penalty coming up as Norris was hooked, and there will be a penalty to Canada. Gilbert Perreault.
Well, Gilbert Perreault tried to make the play inside the blue line, and he couldn't get the puck through to Martin to begin with. He turned around at the blue line, made a little bit of a bad pass here, and then in his anxiety to get back to the puck, when it went over to Orr, he hooked the Team USA player, and he receives a 2-minute minor.
And the time of the penalty, 10 seconds here of the second period, so Team USA has a power play situation out there. Darryl Sittler and Norris waved out of the face-off positioning, and Bill Barber will take it against Robbie Ftorek. Now they're out. So we'll try again the third time. Talafas and Bobby Orr. And it's underway with Steve Jensen, number 12 for the Americans, inside his own blue line. It's cleared to Talafas, out ahead to Norris at center. Tries to get it on this side to Jensen. It's knocked down by Barber. Norris carries in after it. Bobby Orr deflects it down the ice, and a race for it. Here's a chance for Nanny as he got back in front of Barber. Barber would have been in home free. Sittler in the corner runs into Talafas. He's knocked down. Nanny goes after the loose puck at the side of his own net, takes it back, and gives it to Robbie Ftorek, who in turn gives it to Nanny. Nanny watched by Darryl Sittler to Ftorek on the left side. In over the Canada blue line, gets by Bobby Orr. Ftorek behind the net, tries to get it in front. Barber intercepts, feeds it to Sittler, too far for him, and it's Jensen back for it. We played exactly 1 minute here in the second period as Norris, number 18 for Team USA, going up with Jensen. Takes it to the blue line and over. Potvin knocked it off his stick, and Jensen was in offside.
Team Canada again doing a very good job of killing penalties. The United States team really hasn't had a very good opportunity on the Team Canada net, and this is the 7th time Canada's been short in the series, and they have no power play goals against. They're doing an excellent job, and of course when you have all the specialists on the team, they've got specialists, good penalty killers, good power play people to make that power play operate, good draw men. When you have that many specialists, it makes your hockey club look very, very good.
And a close-up there of Bill Nyrop at the U.S. bench as play resumes. 52 seconds remaining, and the penalty to Perreault of Canada. Sargent behind his own net. Left it there for Chartrand, who got by one forechecker. Takes it up to his own blue line to Polic. Polic breaking over the Canada line. Feeds it on the right side. It's knocked down and taken by Jim Watson. Watson back for Canada. A long pass intended for Robinson. Too far for him. Goes back in behind the U.S. goal. Sargent, number 4. 24 seconds remaining in the penalty to Perreault as Sargent comes back for Team USA. A shot, and Chartrand put that right on the net, held by Rogie Vachon.
Well, Scotty Bowman is now changing around. He has 4 defensemen out there killing the penalty. He had Larry Robinson and Serge Savard playing at the forward, and LaPointe and Jimmy Watson back in the defense. But he was using 4 defensemen to kill that penalty, and they did a very good job.
We've played 1 minute and 53 seconds here in the second period. The opening minutes of the second period, 17 seconds remaining, and the penalty to Gilbert Perreault. Esposito will take this face-off against Polic. To the left of Rogie Vachon. John D'Amico, the linesman, gets set to drop it. Esposito waved out. Now Marcel Dion comes in, number 15. Orr to Esposito. Esposito takes it off the board, just scoops it down the ice, and Lepresti's out of the net, leaving it there for Fogelin, number 20. 3 seconds remaining in the penalty to Perreault. The USA with Fogelin inside his own blue line, coming to center ice. And both teams back at full strength. Vachon leaves it for Orr. Orr to Marcel Dion. Too far for him. Again, Team USA. Polic tries to get it, but Potvin intercepts. Off the boards to his own blue line to Esposito. Esposito to Dion. In front to Hall. And Bennett got a piece of that and deflected it wide. Bobby Hall, number 9, in the corner. Watched by Fogelin. He's grabbed by Fogelin. There will be a penalty. Dion on the delayed penalty clears it in front. Bennett intercepts, and we'll get another opportunity to look at Team Canada's power play. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. And you see on the replay, Fogelin right there grabs a hold of Bobby Hall, spins him around, and that was the penalty. At 2:45 here of the second period, the face-off to the left of Lepresti. Esposito, Hall, Dion, Orr, and Potvin on the power play for Canada. Here's Orr. Fakes a shot. Gives it to Potvin on the opposite side. In front. Dion. Back to Orr. Orr winds up. His shot. And Lepresti grabs that.
Well, they're certainly throwing the puck around very, very nicely. Phil Esposito won the draw clean back to Orr. Orr back to Potvin. Potvin over on the side to Dion. Back to the point for the shot. They're controlling that puck inside the U.S. end. Very nice to watch.
Team Canada has outshot the USA 18-4 up to this point. They have a power play now. Orr failed to keep that one in. Potvin back at his own blue line. Watched by O'Flaherty. To Esposito. In front for Patrick. His shot. And it goes wide. O'Flaherty to Sargent. Sargent slaps at it. Vachon stops that and leaves it for Orr. A minute and 30 seconds remaining in the penalty to Fogelin. Bobby Hall down the left side for Canada. Esposito coming in. Esposito races into the corner. Feeds it to Marcel Dion. Dion back to Esposito. In front, intended for Hall, and Sargent deflected that. Sargent clears it, but not out. Orr keeps it in, runs into Patrick, and here's Jerry O'Flaherty. O'Flaherty is knocked down. Dion picks up the puck. 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining in the penalty to Fogelin. Here's Bobby Hall to Esposito. O'Flaherty and checked him. Sargent takes the puck. Going in with O'Flaherty. Sargent winds up. His shot deflected high and out of play. Good penalty killing there by O'Flaherty and Sargent. In fact, the entire Team USA.
Well, Team Canada were freewheeling, and with 49 seconds left, this may be the first penalty that they haven't capitalized on. They're 4 for 4 up till now. Question is, will they be 5 for 5?
Face-off directly in front of the Team Canada blue line. Esposito, Lafleur, and Schutt out there now on the forward unit. Bennett on the left side. Polic will take the face-off for Team USA. It comes to Lapointe. Over to Schutt, in behind to Savard. Savard, number 18, behind his own goal, leaves it there for Lafleur. 38 seconds remaining in the penalty to Team USA as Mahovlich breaks away with Lafleur to Schutt. Back to Lafleur, into the corner. Watched by Milbury. Milbury wants to hold it against the boards, and with Lafleur standing there. And this is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Ready for the face-off, Perreault and Harvey Bennett. It's dropped. Patrick takes it, a backhand shot, and Vachon stops that. Potvin carrying on to Danny Gare. Gare to Perreault at center. Clears it, intercepted by Patrick. And he, in turn, just fires it to an open wing where Bobby Orr has it. Orr in over the blue line. His backhand shot hits the side of the net. Bennett, number 17, watched by Lafleur. Kept in there by Danny Gare. Gare with Patrick. They hold it against the boards. Perreault comes in to help out. Finally knocked loose to Nyrop. And back comes Team USA, led by Chartrand. Chartrand in all alone. Checked and knocked down. Here's Patrick, number 19. His shot. Vachon holds onto it. And that's the 7th U.S. shot here in the game. Canada holding a 19-7 edge.
Well, Rogie Vachon had to come up with 2 stops on Patrick. Well, here we have Orr breaking around in the backhand, just off the net. Very dangerous shot. And Lepresti kicks it out to the side. Team USA clears the puck. But Patrick had 2 good opportunities. Rogie Vachon had to be as sharp as he's had to be this evening.
Rick Martin on the left side, ran into Sargent. Orr feeds it to Gare. Back to Martin on the left side. Bennett has him tied up. Gare carries on, though, right in front, and Sargent intercepts. Sargent number 4 to Bill Nyroth. Nyroth number 2 for Team USA. Back to Bennett. Bennett going in with Patrick. He's dumped. And Gare leaves it there for Perreault. A 2-on-1. Perreault going in with Gare. Orr trailing his shot. Another shot. Oh! Got it wide. A 3-on-1 Canada break. Gare behind the net. Checked by Nyroth. To Patrick on the left side. Patrick gets by Orr. Puck goes to center where Dennis Potvin has it. Potvin to Gilbert Perreault. Circling at his own blue line, coming up to center. Perreault over the Team US line, over to number 6, Potvin. Hits right in front. And Perreault couldn't get that. Orr fires one. Another shot knocked down as Potvin takes it and goes out over the blue line. Team Canada coming close. They lead 3-0 here in the second period. 12 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Nyroth at his own blue line. He's checked. Darryl Sittler, number 27, into the corner. Watched by Nyroth, clears it, and Patrick has it for Team USA. Over to Gary Sargent, bounce off his stick, and Jim Watson has it. 12 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. Leach takes it on a two-line pass with the face-off coming back inside the blue line.
Well, that was a very, very close play. Jimmy Watson thought that he had the puck over his own blue line. In international hockey, he can throw it right up to the far blue line, especially. Here we have Perreault make a very nice play. Throws the puck over to Gare. Gare shoots, a very good stop by Lepresti. Gare goes back, gets the rebound, puts it right through the crease, but not in the net.
We've played 7 minutes and 50 seconds here in the second period. And Bill Barber has it outside his own blue line, watched by Norris. O'Flaherty knocks it off his stick. And it comes to center ice. Leach and Christie race after it. Christie inside his own blue line to Norris. Norris has Hangsleben on the left side, takes it over the line, offside at the Canada blue line.
We may mention again that rule in the neutral zone in international hockey because it does open up the play in that neutral zone. A player who is over his own blue line may throw the puck to a man over center ice as long as the man receiving the pass goes over center ice behind the puck. He's allowed to pick it up.
Canada 3, the USA no score. Watson clears it into the corner. Darryl Sittler watched by Christie and O'Flaherty for Team USA. Clears it right onto the stick of Watson. Here comes Norris. Norris 18 with Hangsleben. He gets a shot, and it's knocked down by LaPointe in the clearing pass in front. No one there. Fogelin slaps at it. It hits Watson. He falls, and back comes Team Canada. 3-on-1. Barber in with Sittler and Leach. His shot, and Lepresti got a piece of that. USA coming back. Norris with Hangsleben and O'Flaherty. Norris, number 18, in front to O'Flaherty. His shot, and Watson stopped that. Darryl Sittler at his own blue line, up to Barber. Barber in with Leach. Gets a shot. Nanny got a piece of it and races after the puck. To Norris. Watched by Esposito. Up to center ice. Here's Christie just scooping it off into the corner where Marcel Dion goes after it, and Team USA changes on that play. Bobby Hull at center for Canada. In over the line to Esposito. His backhand shot wide. On the far side, Robinson gets a shot, and that's wide as well. Jensen, number 12 for Team USA. Watched by Hull. Into the corner, checked by Dion. Talafis runs into Hull. Nanny clears it, and it comes to center ice and back to the Team Canada line where Savard has it. To Robinson. 10 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the second period. Hull on the right side. Watched by Milbury. Both players fall. And Steve Jensen, number 12. Canada 3. Team USA no score. Nanny. Long pass for Fatorik. Over the line. Gets set. Oh, and he shoots down high over the top of the net on the backhand. Milbury to Robbie Fatorik in front. Hull intercepts. Gives it to Robinson. Over to Dion. He's checked by Fatorik. And he attempted to get it in front. Jensen and Hull collide. Here's Dion. Kept in. Milbury. And it hit his own teammate Fatorik, and it bounces back to Nanny. Nanny clears it in. And 9 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in the second period. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Back at the Montreal Forum, Bernie Pascal, along with Tom Watt, Al McCann, John Good, and Eddie Westfall. It's Canada 3 and Team USA no score. Face-off to the left of Pete Lopresti. Back to Orr. Orr gets a shot right on. Lopresti stops that. And Lopresti comes by his goaltending honestly. His dad was a NHL goaltender, I believe, with Chicago Blackhawks.
Well, if I remember my old scrapbook right, Bernie, I think it was the Chicago Blackhawks.
In fact, we'll have to ask Ron Andrews. I remember one game he had something like 70 shots in the game. We'll check that. Mahovlich at center. Over to Dennis Potvin. Potvin at center for Team Canada. Feeds it in. Too far for Shutt, but he goes after it. 9 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the second period. Bennett watched by LaFleur. Out to center. Back comes Team USA, led by Ahern. His shot scores! Ahern let that one fly, and it beat Rogie Vachon, and Team USA is on the scoreboard.
Well, it was a very good shot. Actually, it was a 2-on-1 situation. Here we see Ahern with the puck, with the other U.S. player breaking. He didn't look for the pass. He shot right away, and it just catches the top corner on Rogie Vachon. Very good shot by Ahern. Here we see Orr striving to get back and tie up the U.S. player in front of the net, but there's no need to because the shot beat Rogie Vachon cleanly.
That's got to help the confidence a little when you consider that Bobby Orr and Potvin were the defensive pair. LaFleur, Mahovlich, and Shutt out on front. Puck comes to center ice, and here's Dennis Potvin with it. The scoring play. Ahern from Harvey Bennett and Nyrop at 10:53 of the second period. 8 minutes and 37 seconds remaining now in the second period. Canada 3 and USA 1. Mahovlich runs into Bennett right in front of the Team USA bench. And the play is stopped as Team Canada decides now to change their full unit. And Team USA does likewise.
Well, they're two big ones, Bennett and Mahovlich, two big fellows, and they're strong hockey players. Here we have the first hit along the boards here with Peter. Then we have the second one. Whoops, here we go. Well, a standoff.
We're mentioning the shots on Sam Lopresti, the dad of Pete Lopresti. We said something like 70 shots. He had 83 shots in one game in the NHL back in 1941. Boston defeated Chicago 3-2, and he had 83 shots.
Well, I'm sure he must have had a bulletproof vest for his chest protector that day.
8 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in the second period. Canada 3 and Team USA 1. Robinson at his own line, watched by Chartraw. Gets by him, feeds it to Martin offside on the left wing side. Mentioned Lopresti's dad playing in the NHL. Jerry O'Flaherty's dad is Peanuts O'Flaherty, a scout with the Vancouver Canucks. Craig Patrick's dad, of course, the popular Patrick NHL family. And Fogelin as well.
And Bennett.
8 minutes and 9 seconds to play in the second period. You see the clock at the top of your screen. Perreault and Harvey Bennett get set for this face-off. It's taken by Fogelin. Fogelin on the left side. Checked by Savard, but Bennett carries on and just clears it off the boards. In behind the Team Canada goal, Chartraw and Robinson collide. Here's Danny Gare. Gare watched by Craig Patrick to Bennett. Check. Comes up with the puck, then falls. Savard on the left side for Canada. Lead pass for Perreault. Perreault watched by Fogelin, and Christie is there to help out. Back comes Team USA, led by Patrick, a long shot. And that's stopped by Rogie Vachon. It gives it to Gare, to Perreault. Martin breaking on the left. Perreault gets to the line and over, then squeezed out of the play, and Christie's up with it. There will be a penalty to Team USA. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. There's Lee Fogelin in the penalty box as you look at the penalty he picked up on Perreault.
And here he is interfering, getting a stick across and hooking Perreault and impeding his progress inside the Team USA line. And he gets the 2 minutes, and here we go with that big power play again. Esposito, Hull, Dion, or Potvin.
7 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the second period. Canada has outshot Team USA 22-9 up to this point. And they have a power play situation now. Milbury and Dion hold it against the boards. and they'll take that face-off all over again.
Coach Heichel of the Finnish national team was telling us in the opening game last week in Ottawa that his team was in such awe of Team Canada that his players before the game were more interested in getting Bobby Hull's autograph than they were in playing the hockey game.
Well, Bobby Hull's out there right now on the left side with Dion taking that face-off. Esposito goes after Milbury. A pair of sevens on the far side. Talafas up to center, just clears it off the stick of Dennis Potvin. Dion at his own blue line, circling around, watched by Fatorik. Fatorik is successful in knocking it in. Bobby Hull races back for it. Hull watched by Fatorik. Up the left side, gets by Talafas. Bobby Hull winds up with Esposito. Good defensive play, and it's cleared out. Fatorik to Talafas. Talafas at the Canada line, gets by Potvin. Still has the puck. Knocked against the boards. The puck is loose. Talafas gets it there. Hull is in to help. Fatorik pushes Bobby Hull. And now Potvin and Talafas hold it there long enough for the whistle.
Talafas did a very good job. He had the puck. He made a little inside fake, went back to the outside on Potvin, went to the board side, a few spinoramas against the boards, maintained possession of the puck, and forced the draw inside the Team Canada end.
Dean Talafas had 2 goals in the game against Sweden. That was the first game in this tournament for Team USA. They lost 5-2, and Talafas scored both goals in the second period of that game. He plays for Minnesota in the NHL, where he had 18 goals last year. O'Flaherty at center. Team USA still a man short. O'Flaherty falls. The puck comes to Rick Martin. 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining in the penalty to Fogelin. 6 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the second period as Martin breaks back with Perreault and Gare offside. On the left side, Perreault, as Rick Martin just held up at the blue line with Perreault breaking down the left side.
Well, Gilbert Perreault, we got to look at him there. Very, very good stick handler. He's given fans a lot of exciting moments. He has so many moves that he just drives defensemen crazy. He turns them inside out.
Savard to Lapointe. Lapointe at center for Canada. It's Canada 3 and Team USA 1. Perreault takes it over the line. In front of the net, winds up a shot, and Preston kicks that out. Patrick, number 19, gets it out. Here's a break for O'Flaherty, and Vachon comes away out of the net and beats Gary O'Flaherty with the puck, hitting that faceoff.
A very alert play by Rogie Vachon. Serge Savard touched the puck at the blue line. It got by him. Jerry O'Flaherty was onside. It just became a foot race to the puck, but Vachon wasn't sleeping in the net. He came right out and killed the play with his hand. Here's the shot by Perreault earlier after a good move. Here it is, off Savard's stick. It breaks down the ice, and Rogie Vachon was Johnny on the spot, came out very early to kill that play.
28 seconds remaining in the penalty to Fogelin, and it's Savard, watched by O'Flaherty. O'Flaherty checks him against the boards, trying to get a face-off there, but Savard gets the puck. Savard circling behind his own net. Up to Guy Lafleur, watched by Patrick. To Gilbert Perreault. Perreault at center. Going in with Martin over the line. In front of shot. Sargent has it. Sargent comes back. Kept in, though. Here's Savard. Savard into the corner to Perreault, to Martin in front. His slap shot is deflected wide. Sargent leaves it. Lafleur comes up with it, and Team USA coming back with the puck. Patrick, number 19. Both teams at full strength. 5 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. Here in the second period, Canada 3 and Team USA 1. Lafleur checked by Milbury. Darryl Sittler carries on. Bennett knocked it off his stick. Sittler gets it to Orr. Orr's shot deflected by Rick Martin, and Pete Lepresti makes the save.
Well, we can say we like, though, Bernie, here Team Canada certainly has dominated the hockey game, but here's the score, 3-1, and with any kind of luck, a bounce here, a bounce there, Team USA could get back in this hockey game. Team Canada can't take this team too lightly because they could get back in the game, even though they've had a wide edge in the play and shots on goal.
Shots on goal 24-9 up to this point with 4 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in the second period. The next game for Canada will be on Tuesday night at Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens when they'll play Sweden, and that game will be televised live by CTV. Both teams at full strength here at the Montreal Forum, a capacity crowd. Back comes Team USA. Norris, long shot, deflected by Rogie Vachon. Hanks leaving behind the net, deflects right in front of Barber. Ahead to Bobby Orr. Orr going in with Leach and Sittler. Over the line, drops it back, a shot, and Sittler had that one deflect wide. Orr in front to Barber, his shot, and that's wide. Potvin rifles one, and that goes wide as well. Leach into the corner. Lunani watched by Sittler. Sittler checks him. Norris checked by Barber. And here comes Milbury for Team USA. He gets it to center, where Orr leaves it for Leach. Leach coming back for Canada to Barber. Right on the stick of Milbury. Check. Leach gets it again. A shot. Presti stops that. O'Flaherty at center. Just clears it down the ice around the boards, and Vachon out of the net. 25 shots for Canada. 10 for the USA. We have 3 minutes and 47 seconds to play in the second period. Leach comes back. Leach is checked, but Barber carries on, and O'Flaherty blocks that shot. O'Flaherty and Barber in the corner. Goes in behind the net. Hank Sleven and Esposito rough it up. And it's cleared down the ice with Jim Watson going back for it for Canada. Watson in front of his own goal to Hull. Hull watched by Robbie Ftorek. Here's Jensen running on goal. A shot, he scores!